So we all know that you don't get through your career life by yourself. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs somebody to give them a chance, someone to push their name forward, someone to champion their cause, their position, their talents. But how do you find those people? It's what one of my viewers asked me recently, and so that's what we're going to focus on today. How to find your champions in the workplace. In other words, how to find your sponsor. My name is Cecelia Towns. I'm the Sporty Esquire, and you're here with me for another episode of Working Women Wednesday. Working Women Wednesday is a series where I share with you the things that I've learned, the things that I'm learning from my career as an attorney, as an entrepreneur, and a former student athlete. And I share these things so you can be better, so you can avoid the mistakes that I've made, so that you can, glean some insight from just a lot of people who've been successful in the industry. So as I said, today's episode is all about getting a sponsor. Before I get into how you should go about getting a sponsor, let's make sure we know what a sponsor is. When we're talking about career sponsors, we're talking about people who speak on your behalf. They are in places where you might not be. They are usually people who are more senior to you in your industry, and they have an opportunity to give you opportunities. So they can give you opportunities by, maybe being your direct supervisor and putting you on projects. They can give you opportunities by putting your name in the hat for opportunities that you might not be able to, recommend yourself for. And so these people are really instrumental in your career path, in the growth of your career. You really need sponsors, just like you need a mentor to elevate yourself professionally. You also need sponsors. But the thing is, people don't always realize that they need sponsors or that they should be intentional about getting sponsors. And people don't always realize that there are people in your industry who want to sponsor individuals. A sponsor is always looking for someone to sort of make them look good. Oftentimes, because the sponsor relationship or sponsee relationship develops between supervisors and subordinates, that subordinate is someone who can make the sponsor look better, help the sponsor's career growth. So people are always looking for individuals who can help them. So yeah, you should be intentional about finding your champion, finding your sponsor, because they're going to be key to elevating your career at a more rapid pace, right? If you're just trying to work hard by yourself, you only have a certain amount of reach. But if you begin getting people who are more senior than you, people who are maybe working across fields within your industry, then you're gonna increase your opportunities for growth. All right, so that's what a sponsor is. Now, how do you go about getting one? The number one thing that I tell people, and that I even try to do when looking for career sponsors, is that you have to be somebody that somebody else wants to sponsor. You have to do impeccable work. Set yourself apart from the pack so that people more senior to you than you look at you and say, oh, I want them on my team. I want to help that person grow because I already know they're more than capable of doing the job. I already know that if I bring them on this project with me, they're going to make me look good. So you make yourself stand out by being thorough. Whatever the jobs are that you are asked to do, go over and beyond. Shine. Be on time, be early for things. Take opportunities that other people might not necessarily want. The boring jobs, the jobs that just maybe take a Saturday for you to complete. I'm not saying always give up your Saturdays, but let yourself be known as someone in your industry, within your organization, that is willing to go the extra mile. And then when you go the extra mile, make sure you're producing so that nobody regrets giving you the opportunity. And as you do really great work, you're going to be on people's minds. People are going to notice the work that you do. Now, obviously, working hard and working impeccably is great, but we know it's not enough, hence the sponsor. And so the second part of getting the sponsor is actually identifying potential sponsors for you. You can't just be out here working hard with no direction in mind. So figure out some people who maybe their career you'd like to emulate, or people who, you think have a really great resume and have the opportunity to help grow your career. One of the big things about this, though, is, especially when we're talking as women, is you have to disregard what they look like. Sometimes your sponsor is not going to look anything like you. They're going to be a different color. They're going to be a different race. That race and color, same thing. They'll be a different sex. Sometimes they'll be a different religion. Sometimes you don't even necessarily think that you have things in common. Don't count those people out, okay? You have to be willing to do your research on any and everybody in your organization, in your industry, that you think could be beneficial to you. Look at their resumes, not what they look like. And then decide on what you want for them as you're identifying these people. Figure out what it is that you want them to help you with. And that can help you narrow down. The third aspect is to make a helpful introduction of yourself to this sponsor. So if this sponsor is not your immediate supervisor, or your second level supervisor, and you don't have contact with them, you need to do a little digging to figure out what ways can you help them. How can you improve their standing in the industry? How can you help make them look good? So that when it's time to make this introduction, you're not coming to them just saying, hey, can you help me? Can you sponsor me? You're saying, hey, I have all these skills. I've been watching your work and I want to help you. So that you're creating a mutually beneficial relationship. So that you're establishing that, I would like for you to help me in my career. But first, let me show you how I can help you. People are much more likely to extend themselves and to go to bat for you when you've done something for them and you've done something for them that makes them look good. Just make sure you have value. Again, I talked about this last week, knowing people's bottom lines. When you can identify people's bottom lines and how to impact their bottom line, how to make them look better, they're more willing to sponsor you and to help you. So that's it. To get your sponsor, make sure you're someone who is worthy of being sponsored by doing impeccable work. Identify the people or person that you have in mind, and then figure out ways to offer your assistance to them when you make your introduction. If you do that, I promise you'll find some men, women that are willing to help further your careers. If you want more great information about sponsors, about career development, keep following me, the Sporty Esquire, Gladiators. Join us for our Gladiator Summit in January in Miami. Visit gladiatorsummit.com. We'll be giving wonderful career advice about how to pitch yourself to get these sponsors, how to follow up, how to develop mental toughness as a woman in the sports industry and as a woman, a professional woman in general. If you have any more questions, you want me to talk about things beyond what I've already discussed, drop me a comment, send me a DM, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.